Hey, welcome to the RV Dad Adventure channel. Today's video isn't really an adventure. It's more of giving you guys an insight at what I am going to start doing more of for income as a full-time RVer. I did become a certified RV technician last year thanks to the NRVTA school out in Athens, Texas. Great little school. They do have a owner's course as well as a course to become a certified technician. So if you want to go through and check them out right here, go do that. That way you can either become a certified technician or a informed owner. They also do the inspector course as well. But this is what I am going to start doing more of on top of some more camping. That's coming soon. But I'm gonna start doing more RV repairs to help bridge a gap of income. That way we can continue to do this and not have to depend on a normal 9-to-5 job that keeps us stationary like we have been over the past 4.5 years, I think. Actually, I think it's either the 4th year or 5th year that we're marking as of this month. But let me crawl up here on this roof. I've got to fix a manufacturer defect in their quality craftsmanship on some of the stuff they do. I'll show you what it is in the pictures. Give me just a minute to get up there. Now, one of the things as an owner or a technician inspector is when you get up on anybody's roof, you do not want to wear any type of shoes up here. When you pivot or even just stepping, you run the possibility of ripping their roof material. So I always wear mine up here. That way when I get down, like here it's gravel, but I've got the truck parked next to the ladder. But if I didn't have the truck here, that way I'm not stepping down on gravel with my feet. So now, y'all come up here and see what this is about and see what I'm talking about when it comes to the quality craftsmanship of some of the manufacturers in today's RV world. Okay, so what I'm about to do is remove the cover to this AC so I can get to the 4 mounting bolts that hold the AC unit to the roof. To do what I'm fixing to do and correct the manufacturer defect and allowing the cold air into the discharge area of the vent system into the attic of the area, which is what's creating the moisture inside on the bottom of the Luan ceiling. So the only tools that I'm going to need for this is going to be a screwdriver, a socket, some extensions with a 13mm socket, and a scraper. That way I can scrape some of the spray foam that they put in here out and correct their issue. And to finish it off, I'm going to tape everything up so it's not leaking any air into the attic space, whichever we want to call it, on this unit. That way it'll quit creating moisture on the ceiling, which can cause a hazard later on, making mold. Now, leaving the 9-to-5 world was kind of scary. I do have some other sources of income from when I was in the Army. So I am considered a disabled vet. Really don't like thinking of it that way, just because, well, I'm only 40 years old. I'm not that old. Even though, you see some of the videos on YouTube where people are asking, how old do people got to be for you to consider them to be old? And you know, they scream, "Oh, 40." Well, yeah, I am 40. Doesn't mean that I've lost all my spunk. I do get limited capabilities sometimes on certain things, and I also have my moments where, you know, I go through, you know, the anxiety, depression, stuff like that, all service connected, and that has led to me either being forced to leave a job or just leaving a job. Not always happy with that. Now they got that cover off, I need to remove the 4 bolts that hold down the unit to the roof. Being up here in Panhandle, Florida, you do want to hide your tools from the sun, at least the handles, because they will get hot. Especially anything that's shiny. Looks like I grabbed the wrong socket. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I did forget a step. I forgot to kill the breaker. The fan kicked on, kind of spooked me, but I got it taken care of while I was getting down and getting the proper socket that I needed. I did put it in my pocket somewhere. So it's not a 13, it's a 14. Now, I've already did one unit on this RV, and I'll show you pictures. So I've already did one unit on this RV, the front one, because that was his main one. We're just doing this one to ensure that it doesn't get the same issue, which I did stick the camera down into the vents. Last time I was here and did see one spot on this one. That is kind of why I'm back doing it, is to make sure it's fully sealed up like it should be. I kind of wish I'd brought my drill, because then I can whiz these out a little bit quicker and get them reset back into the unit quicker, to cut a little time on the job. But I'm gonna get this off, take a quick word from our sponsor, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have the unit disconnected and, well, unbolted from the roof, I can remove the shroud for the discharge, or the intake side of your AC unit, which uncovers the return fan too. With these, you're either going to want to pass them down to someone or set them underneath your cover. Especially if you're by yourself, because then you're going to go down and fetch it when the wind blows it off. So I'm not going to fully disconnect this one because of what I'm doing. I am just going to spin it over out of the way and get access to the discharge side to clean it up and make it look like the pictures I showed you a minute ago. Okay, come here, let me show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so I pulled you off the tripod so I can get you down into the discharge that leads into the vent system within the RV. Let me show you what the great craftsmanship of a lot of these RV manufacturers are allowing. I understand that a majority of the manufacturers, the people that work there, aren't paid hourly. If I am recalling right, they are paid by the RV. So the more they complete throughout the day, the more they make. I guess it's on a production standard pay scale. But check this out. This is kind of what you're going to be looking at. You've got a complete hole here that leads into the attic, as well as over here. Then this one isn't as bad. A lot of this here wasn't even making contact with the wall or the floor of this area. But I'm going to take all this out and seal it up even better. The other side is just as bad. It's got the duct tape, the ducting tape. It's just laying here. It comes undone over time. But I mean, that foam job is just horrendous. Like I said, I'm going to scrape out as much of the old foam and get it cleaned up and make it look nicer. And I didn't bring a bag with me, so I'll set it in here for now. I'll have to go down and get a bag. Okay, so I've got my foam down in there. I had to run over to Ace Hardware and grab some real quick. So now I'm going to run through and re-tape everything to a better quality. That way there's no leaks running into the ceiling. Okay, so now that that's sealed up, let me show you what it looks like. It's much better. Now that's all sealed up. Now I'm going to put the AC back, bolt it down, put the lid on, well, put the shroud over the fan and stuff. Seal that up a little bit more. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, now that I have the unit put back together, I am reinstalling the shroud for the fan and the coil. One of the good things to do after putting this back on is making sure that you get it sealed up really tight, but as well as I'm coming back around right here on this part of the seam and right here in this area, and I'm going to seal it up a little bit better so you don't lose as much cool air during the summer due to it escaping. With that being said, I'm going to tidy up and get ready to get out of here. That way I can get back to my RV, because I've got some projects I've got to get done. Alright, so this is kind of what I do as I have started opening the doors fully for full-time RV services. If you are needing something done to your RV, whether it's a repair or an upgrade, give us a call. Hit us up and let us know what we could do. See if we're in your area. If we are, great. If not, I can guide you to a certified RV technician that is in your area. But you can also visit this page here and you can find a RV technician or an inspector depending on what your needs are. But this is the official first job for the Full-Time RV Services LLC. But this is also the end of the video for RV Dad Adventures on a day of what I do for income on top of some other things. So come back and visit us for some more videos, as we've got more coming your way. So catch y'all later.